On Monday, President Barack Obama said Colin Kaepernick was exercising his constitutional right not to stand for the national anthem. Meanwhile, Seahawks corner Jeremy Lane, who joined Kaepernick's protest, said he talked to Cap and Colin thanked him for standing behind him. Lane also said he plans to continue to sit for the national anthem. Meanwhile, Kaepernick has one of the top-selling jerseys in the NFL at the moment. So clearly the sales have gone up of late. Max, does the NFL have something to be concerned about now that people are galvanizing behind Cap?
They do. Because Kaepernick, the reason he's gaining the kind of support he did, first of all, the president comes out and he's admitted he hasn't followed the situation closely, but he says what's obviously true. He has the right to do this. And even by the NFL rules, where they say, you know, we encourage, but it's not compulsory. He has the right to do it even by NFL rules, Stephen A. So the president makes that comment. His jersey sales have spiked. They're the second hottest jersey in the NFL right now. There's other athletes are now taking a knee for the national anthem, and then the stated reason is in support of Colin Kaepernick. So he's not out there on an island. And I think the reason people are responding to him is because they see he's being genuine about this. And particularly when you contrast this with the NFL, they see on the one hand a genuine person with a concern, and on the other a corporate entity that appears soulless. Let's not forget that John McCain and Jeff Flake released a report in 2015, that's last year, talking about the paid patriotism of the NFL. That many of these military salutes, the NFL was actually getting money from the military. They were receiving it. Any organization, this is a quote from the report, with a genuine interest in honoring service members and deriving public credit as a result should do so at its own expense. Americans deserve the ability to assume that tributes for our men and women in military uniform are genuine displays of national pride, which many are, rather than the taxpayer-funded DOD marketing gimmicks, paid patriotism. So you have, now the NFL was publicly humiliated into returning money, and they were commended for it. But not until it was brought to light. And then they claim, of course, well, they didn't even realize that. Kaepernick, on the other hand, at great personal risk to his reputation and professional career, took a stand, or rather a seat, and then a knee. And then as opposed to getting money for his stance, he's now pledged to spend $1 million to help communities affected by the issue that he is protesting. So the NFL here has been hoisted by their own petard. They make this big display of patriotism, which in the past, some of which was paid for, and now they're running up against a genuine person who objects to various components of it, and that authenticity of Kaepernick is catching on, and now the NFL has a problem indeed. I believe more players will take a knee.
But why is that a problem?
Well, because the NFL prides itself. It's a largely military sport, roots at West Point. Read Sal Palantonio's excellent book, How Football Explains America, which was a reaction to how soccer explains the world. It has military roots. It's essentially the famous George Carlin skit, a war game. They are very invested in the idea that football is patriotic. You talk about how it's American church on a Sunday. They have tried to own this issue, and now they have been shown by Colin Kaepernick to not be authentic to the extent that he is, that the protest is authentic.
Well, here's why I disagree with you, because I think that you're putting a level of onus and responsibility on the NFL that they don't have anything to do with. They're a product of it all. The National Football League, the shield that is the NFL, is an American sport. And under the guise of our nation, okay, under the purview of our nation, it's a product that appeals to the masses, and it's the #1 sport in the nation in this day and age. So what you were doing, meaning the National Football League, is essentially adapting to ingratiating yourself in a culture that was widely and universally accepted. And so because of that, you're not thinking that it's going to be a problem. And if it does become a problem, it's a problem for the nation to discuss, not for the National Football League. The National Football League will continue to make sure the national anthem is played before every game. As long as they don't react to it one way or another in terms of their taking sides, and they continue to log along with a level of consistency that they've always done, then I don't see the problem for the National Football League. If individuals kneel down or refuse to sing the national anthem or whatever the case may be, that's not a problem for the National Football League to embrace. Not to mention the fact, just like I used the argument on Mike and Mike, that it's a private industry, so they could ultimately decide to institute mandatory. No, I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying if they decided to do that, I can understand how it would be problematic. But if they didn't decide to do that, that's perfectly within their right as well, because it's a private industry. They can simply say we're going to encourage, but we're not going to enforce. My last point about President Obama saying what he had to say was this, and I'm going to get a little controversial here, but I don't care because it's just how I feel. I don't believe being in China is the place to address this issue. You know, human rights violation and beyond. America is still the greatest country in the world. This is our issue. I would have liked it had he been.
No,
on
look, he was asked.
I know that.
I disagree because he was asked directly, and he's pointing out
that
in a free and democratic society, we can do this. You can't do it over there.
I agree.
He's pointing it out.
I agree with it there, but we got business to handle with people that we owe more than $1 trillion to. I'm just sitting there saying that might not be the locale. That's all I'm saying. My preference is that he would have been on American soil. It's just my preference that he would have been on American soil to say what he said. But that's it.
All right, we'll leave it here. We'll continue this and more. There's much more to say about this.
Yes, on Bristol soil. Tebow, guess what? He may be headed to the Diamond officially. The Atlanta Braves general manager confirmed interest in signing the former quarterback and had multiple conversations with Tebow's reps. This according to John, I hope I'm saying this right, Capolella, who told ESPN's Jerry Krasnick. The Braves GM called the potential addition of Tebow a low-risk investment and also making it clear that the team is interested in Tim because of his potential as a baseball player, not as a gate attraction. Did you hear me? Stephen A., what does this say about Tebow?
Well, first of all, I'm happy for him in terms of him getting the opportunity if it's something he truly dreams about. Because listen, as much as I go off about him, he's really a nice guy. I mean, I know I say he's my friend, blah, blah, blah. I'm joking around because I don't know him that well, but he's always incredibly nice to me. He really is a nice guy, and it's hard to root against him. Do I think that he deserved 28 teams to come see him play? No. I think that's a disservice and a level of disrespect to members of the baseball community who had to be on their grind and work their tails off to get that kind of recognition. But I think it's important to say something that I've said on occasion in the past that no one ever brings up about this. Tim Tebow belongs in football. And I think that Tim Tebow's absence from football is primarily due to his selfishness. That's right, I said it. Selfishness. And the fact that, you know, he has a bloated view of himself in this regard. Tim Tebow is no damn quarterback in the NFL. But Tim Tebow belongs on an NFL roster. This dude, I mean, he's built like a football player. He clearly has the athleticism to play football. He has accomplished a great deal in the sport of football, at least on the collegiate level. Max and everybody else is quick to bring up how he had one good season. I mean, a dead clock is right twice a day. He lucked up and went 7-4 with the playoff victory, even though he's got a couple of games where he only completed 2 passes. Don't go there, Max. Don't make me throw water on you like the wicked witch that you are. I'll throw water on you and make you shrink. Stop messing with me. I'm still hurt over that loss by the Steelers to Tebow. And I still haven't forgiven Ike Taylor for it, but it's all right. That's neither here nor there. My point is this. Tim Tebow is not in the NFL, which is where he belongs, because he wants to be a quarterback or nothing. I think that's incredibly selfish. I think that's incredibly weak. And I think that that is really ignoring the skill set that he brings to the table. Tim Tebow could do a lot of things for a football field, for a football team. I think he could catch passes. I think he could be a tight end. I think he could play special teams. I think he's the kind of individual that can galvanize troops because you'll love being around him. He's clearly focused on winning as the top priority. I think he could do wonders for any locker room, and that is where he belongs. Every time I hear this story about baseball, I don't care what kind of potential he has. To be 29 years of age, laughing about how he hasn't played baseball since high school, and to have 28 teams send scouts or personnel to go and watch him play. First of all, he's got a beautiful agent. He's got the best agent in the business. Right, he's got the best agent in the business.
I think we can all agree on that.
I mean, because when your agent pulls that off and gets 28 teams to come and watch Tim Tebow swing a bat or catch baseballs, I mean, this dude's a miracle worker. So he deserves all the respect in the world. But the flip side to it is that he doesn't deserve that. He never deserved that. He deserves to be in an NFL uniform on an NFL team playing any position he wants other than quarterback.
You know, I brought this up a couple weeks ago when you made this same case. I noticed that you've been on General Hospital as a recurring character Brick. I also noticed you never had an acting lesson. And that's probably because someone saw you talking about General Hospital. You love it. You know, your sisters watched it, your older sisters.
No. Not just them. I've been watching it for 40 years.
Right. So they put you up on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they hogged all the TVs. If I want to watch TV at 3 o'clock, the only thing I had to watch General
Hospital. So you talk about it on TV, essentially leveraging your position as a broadcaster.
I disagree.
For the
Go ahead and act, Kellerman.
No,
let him go.
For the opportunity.
Never that. I never did that. No.
If those at General Hospital look and go, you know, that guy has broadcast star quality, which you obviously do, even if it's not exactly an actor, we think that'll translate to our
Oh, please. There's no baseball team that thought that about Tebow.
Not only that.
Stop it.
Even if he could do it well. Even if they didn't believe that, he's going to be good for our ratings. In other words, our bottom line.
Good for the ratings.
So of course, the Braves are lying when they say it's not just a stunt.
Well, we agree there.
Yeah, he's never. But if they feel he has athletic quality enough to take a look, and even though, of course, he's never going to make it to the major leagues, but they can bring him in and he's a gate attraction, as Stephen A. Smith is on General Hospital, why not? Now, you say he still belongs in the NFL, and you and I agree about that. But damn it, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And do you know who?
Now we're going to wear our red, white, and blue again. Now we back to our red, white, and blue. You left capitalism out, but go ahead.
Do you know in this country who defines your happiness? You do. And even though Tim Tebow has said, he said, look, the two things I loved the most in sports was I loved being a quarterback. Not playing football, being a quarterback. By the way, in baseball, he didn't say he loved playing baseball. He loves hitting a baseball. And you may say that's selfish.
The man never mentioned it until he was 29. We never knew anything about that. Oh, so now you just come up with a dream that nobody heard about until you were 29. Oh, come on. Come on.
Tebow said he agonized over giving up baseball to be a quarterback. Now, you could say it's selfish because he doesn't want to play football. He just wants to be a QB. He don't want to play baseball. He just wants to hit a baseball. That is for him to decide what makes him happy. And if he then leverages his status for opportunity, who among us wouldn't?
Don't you dare sit up here and get self-righteous with me. Of course that's his decision to make. We all know that. What you want to say, the sky
according
is
to
blue?
Stephen A. Smith.
No, I didn't say that. What you want to say, the sky is blue as next? Who the hell doesn't know that? Of course it's his right to do it. But we can sit up there and discuss whether or not we think it's right, and that's what I'm doing.
You said it was selfish.
I think it is selfish, and here's why. I think it's selfish because your gift is football, and all you want to do is play the quarterback position when you're not good at it. He was willing to use the same celebrity to manipulate himself into a position of being a quarterback in the National Football League. I think that's wrong.
Manipulate himself into being. He went 7-4 with the playoff win.
Oh, please. Come on.
For a team that couldn't win.
You know he can't throw. Stop it. Stop it.
I don't know about throwing or not quarterback for one season, yes. For one season. He was gifted to be an NFL quarterback. That one season.
I don't know if he's throwing
that one season. Give him the season.
No, I'm not giving him the season.
Were they winning before?
No.
And did they win once he started?
Give him that, Stephen A.
He played him into the playoffs.
No, I am not giving it to him. He is not getting that. Tim Tebow was not a quarterback. He was a running back playing behind center in the National Football League.
You'd like to define what everyone is and then tell them what should make them happy and what they should pursue?
At times. And when it's necessary, I'll do it. I mean, I don't like to do it, but if I have to, I'm just looking out for the best interest. You understand what I'm saying? I'm calling it what it is. Tim Tebow is not a quarterback.
What other
he
shows
is a football
do you like?
player.
You're going to be popping up on those pretty soon, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? I would like I'm a General Hospital fanatic. I am a Law and Order fanatic as well. Sam Waterston is the best.
Let me find you on Law and Order.
Sam Waterston is the man.
You're on Law and Order. Let me find out.
You know what? I would be an attorney. I'd want to be.
And they would just give it to you because of your acting chops, right?
No. I wouldn't
or would they give it to you because you're Stephen A. Smith?
But let me tell this.
They better start filming in Bristol.
Well, before
Stephen A. Tebow.
Before it might have been for Stephen A. But then they saw I could do a little something, so that's why they would give it to me on that. Tim Tebow, they ain't giving him. Nobody's giving him anything as a quarterback.
We'll be your backup dancer
because that's not who he is or what he deserves, and you know it.
Just won a playoff game. Kyle Orton basically couldn't get away.
He's a great man of faith. Coming up next.